Only on ABC 15 News at 6, Pinal County Sheriff Paul Babeu exposed in a damning home video.
It's indisputable evidence the tough-talking sheriff and congressional candidate not only ran a boarding school rife with abuse, he supported the abusive practices and even bragged about them.
ABC 15 investigator Dave Biskobing obtained the video from a member of Babeu's family. It's a stunning development to his previous investigation that made national headlines.
This is Paul Babeu.
Watch out, baby.
Christmas 1999. And after dinner, he starts telling family about his new job.
Oh, it's amazing.
At an unlicensed boarding school for troubled teens.
You should see these people coming in there. You see, they're absolute bonkers.
Where broken rules.
They do that stuff. Everybody else pays the price.
Carried punishments both abusive and inhumane.
They need to feel hopeless. They need to feel depression. And they have to bottom out.
This is what was left of the DeSisto School in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, when we broke the story 4 years ago.
ABC 15 investigators uncover physical and sexual abuse at a boarding school.
We're from 1999 to 2001. Babeu was headmaster and executive director.
It was just miserable.
We interviewed students.
A lot of things went down that probably shouldn't have.
And obtained a state child care case that began during Babeu's tenure and documented horrific incidents.
That is absolutely false, blatantly false.
This is how he responded.
You did not respond to the questions about the abuse at the school that the state investigation found. You haven't responded to that
You
either.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Strong denials from the sheriff, who threatened to sue. His lawyers sent letters demanding a retraction, saying when it came to the mistreatment of students, Babeu wasn't involved in it or even aware of it. But in this video,
There's all kinds of rules.
for 10 minutes, Babeu goes into detail about the punishments.
They're silenced. You know, they can't talk at all.
Time after time, the specific terms he uses match exactly to the terms in the state's investigation.
So it's like the basic training kind of thing, too, where, you know, they're grouped, they're handheld.
Investigators finding these practices led to sexual abuse because they force students into groups and to hold hands no matter what, even using the bathroom and showers.
They talk things. It does work.
And here, as Babeu starts talking about the most severe discipline, he leans back.
These kids, they get sent to what's called the farm, where they actually do manual labor.
On the farm, kids often deprived of food and water. No school either, just labor, sometimes for more than a year.
They're put in the farmer's suit, you know, the Dickies outfit, and they do. They're cornered and everything.
Cornered, a punishment experts call torture.
They can be cornered for weeks, and they have to sit in the corner. It's up to their own timetable. They have a chair, and they are in the corner, and they have to face the corner. Seriously.
What, do you sit there all day?
Yeah.
14 hours a day, every day. It's isolation and seclusion, no communication, no contact with others, cutting you off from everyone and everything.
They're there for a reason, and they're there for a reason. And once they learn that when they come. It's amazing.
In one case, the state found a teen with bipolar, ADHD, and impulse control disorder was cornered for weeks on end. He became depressed, his medication fell below proper levels, and he began to urinate and defecate on himself. He was taken to the ER, treated for pneumonia. Then, when he returned to DeSisto, sent back to the corner.
I don't understand why someone would misbehave to get in that corner and then stay in the corner.
Because they're hopeless.
It doesn't make sense.
Because
to
they're
me.
hopeless.
We showed the video to Dr. Mark Wellick.
It's criminal child abuse.
He's a national teen psychiatry expert who also spoke out after our 2012 report.
This is systematized, validated, justified abuse.
On his campaign website, Babeu still touts his time running the DeSisto School and his effectiveness managing personnel. But just after he left the school, the state found half the staff wasn't background checked, and not a single staff member was qualified to have unsupervised contact with kids or restrain them. But they restrained students excessively and routinely, even using kids to restrain each other. In fact, that was all part of the program.
Put them down, and you just keep them there until they work it out of them. They're in a relationship, even being restrained. They're interacting with people, and that's what some people need.
This is insane.
Experts of institutional abuse say victims are rarely believed. And at DeSisto, if a student complained to family, staff disconnected their calls, disciplined them, pressured them to recant.
Those kids who are outnumbered, outmanned, strong-armed, threatened if they don't knuckle under.
And that was the goal, to break them.
It's peer pressure.
It's the justification of evil,
And it is therapeutic and it helps them.
doing harm and calling it good.
And the only way you make it through there is you work the system, you follow the rules, and then before you know it, they're buying into everything.
Now, we gave the sheriff 2 business days to watch the video. He elected not to, but the spokesperson for his campaign did. He took notes on the video and reported back to the sheriff, who hours ago issued a statement. It begins, "This 16-year-old video of a family Christmas gathering shows nothing new. As the administrative head of the school, I had no responsibility over student discipline and at no time was interviewed by investigators on these issues." In the statement, he also challenged the family member who gave us the video and said he wants to focus on issues facing our country.
So, Dave, investigators say this was abuse. Is there a chance that Babeu or anybody else might still be held responsible?
Well, Steve, that's the big question. We're going to be calling Massachusetts officials to find out if he or anybody else could be held accountable based on what he said here.
I mean, what about the kids? What more can you tell us about them?
Well, the parents paid a lot of money for them to go to, and they had all kinds of issues. Tuition was $65,000 a year, and many had special needs. Let me just read you a quick list here. Some had mental health issues, behavioral health issues, eating disorders, addictions, and even self-harm tendencies and depression. So some of these kids were very vulnerable.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, stunning investigation. Dave, thank you.